Hello, everybody, and after a 1 week hiatus, welcome back to Tiger Talks Wrestling. Tonight, I have a very, very special guest in the Outlaw, BTW's D-Lock for Q&A.
What's going
Welcome
on?
back to the show.
Gosh,
Not much. How you doing
glad to
today?
be back. Wonderful.
How you doing today?
I'm actually doing pretty good. Surprisingly, it's been a decent, good day.
Well, that's good.
Even though it has been snowing down here.
You guys can have it.
Once in a blue moon, but it's already going away, so
Right?
it doesn't last long.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same about Michigan, but
Except it's like a foot up there.
we don't have that much right now.
Here it's about an inch, if we're lucky.
Yeah. Luckily, right now we don't have a whole lot on the ground, but couldn't say that about a week ago. Nonetheless, we got our first question sent in from J Joker Design. Mr. D-Lock, what is your favorite brand of toaster to use to smack a bitch up?
God. Oh, God.
Black & Decker, Kenmore, or some other brands?
Oh, God. Here we go. Damn it. Oh, God. Either or. Any kind. It can be the oval shape, the square shape, the rectangular shape. Anything available. Oh,
Right.
my God. It's already begun.
He says,
wonderful.
yep, it'll be fun. He says, as I am in Arizona, if there is snow here, I will shit a Mick the Brick, for sure.
Oh, God.
So I got some questions that were sent in from fans as well on Twitter. The first one I want to touch on, we talked about it a little bit when I had you on for the pre-recorded episode. What was your first reaction when you first found out that you were going to have to face Rick Rios and TJ Sakara, TOP, in a handicap match at Best in the Yard 2?
Oh, man. Well, when I first heard about it, when I first heard what happened, and Dustin couldn't make it, I was kind of like, oh God, it's kind of like in a panic situation. It was,
Right.
it was, basically, let's think of something and we got to roll with it, basically on the spot. So, you know, going in, I was nervous, all in people, I haven't wrestled in front of all in people. So, it was a lot of blood pumping and a lot of stress, but it turned out wonderful. And, those guys I have a lot of respect for. And, I love both of them guys. And they definitely handled well, even though we were missing somebody. So,
Yeah.
it still turned out great.
Right. So, as you can probably figure with who I'm about to say, K9's in the chat room. Says, what's up, D-Lock? Never got to say thank you for leaving me during our tag team match.
God. Really? All right. Well,
Yep.
I tell you what. Sometimes that kid pisses me off, and then there's sometimes where I'm like, you know what, he's all right. But I guess today he's gonna piss me off. But
Perhaps.
There was no way I was saving you either way, because Chase was in there, and he was blocking the ring, so there was just no way I was getting in there either or. So just
Right.
done hurt my wrist there. So I just figured, you know what, you can take the pinfall. It ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah. Rick the Ref from DBW and other companies he works in says, what got you into BYW and how long you been doing it? I listen to you here and there. Sound like a cool guy.
It actually, I've actually been in it for a while. Not a lot of people knew that, but I've actually been doing it for, quite a while. I think I started when I was about 13. So I've been doing it quite a bit. It all started, at me and Dustin's friend's house. just messing around, and then we turned it into our own company, and it was called OSW, and there was only about 5, 6 people, but it was something that I liked doing, and we started and started and started. We did it for a while, but there was a lot. I had baseball season. Another
Mhm.
sport, so I couldn't really do it, and and a lot of people don't know this, but I wasn't really bullied, but I was picked on for doing that, and you know, and baseball was just kind of it kind of got me out of things, and so I
Right.
got picked on. Uh, no, no, don't get it like I wasn't like bullied or like you know thrown stuff at, but it was just kind of like
Hmm.
picked on. Hear things there, they make fun of it, but I took it
Yeah.
kind of like I took it kind of serious, like and it kind of got under me, and so I just stopped, and then
Mhm.
back in 2015, uh, Dustin, he invited me up to VTW, and I was like, yeah, I'll come up there. I still love watching it. And then I got up there, and then the itch, and then I was watching and watching, and it just got me the itch, and I was like, man, I can't watch no more. I was like, I got to do it.
Right.
So 2015, we talked to them. They were talking to me, and the few guys when we was down there, they had interest in me. So Dustin put in a good word for me. So I went up there and the Christmas Chaos, the first one, the Battle Royale. I mean, with all them Grease, Slick, Kevin Chambers, High Volt. I mean, oh man,
Right.
and I still remember that to this day, and I still, I'm thankful for that. Uh, and then here I am, you know, I'm here, so
Yeah.
not
Uh,
going anywhere soon, but
you did. The Joker says, "Fuck those kids." You know what? They deserve to be hit with a bat with a toaster strapped to it.
oh, I trust me, I couldn't do that, or I'd have been friggin' kicked off the team. So,
Right. No, I know that.
mhm. Especially when you're the starter, so can't really do much.
Yeah. He also mentioned for the canine situation. To be fair, if I was in your shoes and was in that situation, canine would have been left too. Uh, some people don't blame you. Uh, Jay Justin also asked, "Dilak, what will you do to get yourself a VTW World Title shot? Will you smack 1,000 people up with the toaster?"
I tell you what, I'm gonna do anything I can, and I'm not gonna stop. So even if it's beat up the whole roster, and the management and the production team, I don't care. I'll do it and get what I want.
And your good friend, our good friend, Yankees in the chat room. He says, "Turn the damn camera on."
God damn it, Yankee! You know I don't like showing my face. It's important, and my camera's crap anyways, so I can't show my face half the time.
You got the MC to do it
Hmm.
to help you out with getting you a world title shot. But I think Yankee was referring to. What was it like for you? Another question I had sent in from a fan to meet some of those new faces at Best in the Yard too.
Oh God. He said he talking about meeting everybody, or
Yeah,
oh man,
the guys that you hadn't met beforehand.
everyone. Oh man, it was a blast, man. I haven't had that much fun in a while. Going up there, I was nervous, but getting to meet everybody, was just, it was kind of like, you know, it was already like I was family up there. And I think I'm trying to think the first person that I walked. I'm pretty sure the first people I walked up to was Rick and TJ, and then I think the next person after that was, I'm pretty sure it was Mike. You know, I just talked to everybody.
Yeah.
I know Jordan walked up to me. God bless. When I first heard him talk, I was like, Jordan, God Almighty, you know. But you know, he's doing his thing. Charles or Jason Walker, met him, very cool guy. Corey Graves, you know, Dirty, man, just Everett, just everyone, man. I loved it. And, you know, surprisingly enough, I did not talk to Navon that much. That was the first time. You know, I didn't really talk to him much up there. You know.
Yeah.
I think it was the next time around. It was like, yep, you know, this is about to get fun. But yeah, I didn't really talk to him much. I met him, but you know, I didn't say much.
Nikki's going off in the chat room about you not having your camera on.
Oh, God. Thank you. My camera's shut. I'm eating. Leave me alone. But yeah, it was a blessing to be up there.
Right.
I'd rewind time to play that day again.
Nice. See that? Right. What did you think, another fan question sent in, of your recent YouTube championship reign?
Short-lived. You know,
sure.
Very short-lived. You know, I still haven't got my rematch yet.
Also true.
You know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like the management just doesn't see what I see. I feel like I'm underappreciated up there a little bit. But, you know, 2018 is the year to change, and, you know, and I'm going to change it.
Nice. I hope you do. How did it feel for you during that YouTube title reign to defeat Zach Daniels in the last man standing match at Mania last year?
Oh man, you know that was a long rivalry.
It was.
You know that was just, of course, you know, and it was longer and longer. You know, a lot of that had to do with the fury of 2 years ago. You know, JHI versus VTW, and
right.
It was still building then. You know, and a triple threat at Omega. Man, it's just a long, brutal rivalry that it felt like it never ended. And you know, to be able to get the win on top at the end on the biggest show of them all is, you know, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have nothing but good things about Zach, you know, and he will always be my friend. And you know what he's doing now, you know, wow, big change.
Oh yeah, definitely from what we're used to. See if I'm looking through my other questions that were sent in. It's not getting a whole lot in the chat room at the moment. Got quite a few people watching and saying other stuff.
Oh God.
Just saying hi. WFF Wrestling mentions D-Lock, you are my favorite singles backyard wrestling superstar at the moment.
I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. Really does. You know, never thought I'd get to that.
People watching.
Oh God. No.
Hey, man. Hey,
Don't
man, I got something to say right now,
don't
man.
you start with me. I don't know
I
how
got
you got
something
in
to
here,
say
but
right
don't you
now,
start with
man.
me.
Hey, hey, D-Lock, man.
Don't
Hey,
you do it.
hey, hey, D-Lock, man. I'm gonna let you finish. But ladies and gentlemen, D-Lock. All right, I just gotta throw that out there real quick. This man right there is one of the best backyard wrestlers, backyard entertainers, no pun intended. He's one of the best of what he do, the best of what he does. This man deserves a fucking push. After this
Great.
interview, I want everybody to put hashtag push D-Lock.
Oh my
God
God.
damn.
Hey,
What's
I like
taking
that
people
idea.
so
Damn,
damn
damn it,
long, man?
Yankee.
What's taking people so damn, man? If you ain't gonna say it, I'm gonna say it, man.
Well, you know I appreciate it, man. God bless.
You know I have to come in here and show some support, man. You goddamn better turn on that damn camera, man.
Don't you start with me, dude. My camera sucks, dude.
Hey, man, listen. When I went over here, I'm ugly as fuck, man, and I went about 3 hours with Tony in the damn camera.
Like, look, man, you ain't gotta turn your camera on. Your face is on the dang picture.
You damn right.
I mean,
Nah, but I just wanted to hop on here, man, show some support to my boy D, man. He's awesome. He's an awesome friend, man. I hope you guys could I wish you guys were able to see what this man does backstage, man. This is like this guy calls me up in my personal phone, and we could have an hour and a half conversation and completely not lose interest in anything that we say because we're so devoted to one another and our friendship, man. This guy is great. He's a great worker. It was crazy. Funny story I want to share real quick. When I first met D-Lock, we didn't even know we were working together until we worked together. So, I got to tell you, man, that match, it was in the middle of the night. It was surrounded by cars. And it was, I believe it was a night brawl, a night street fight, some shit like that. And
Oh, that
yeah,
was
30,
a
20 mile an hour winds. Man, I remember getting out of the
20 mile an
car.
hour winds. I was in a fucking Hurricane Matthews. You remember that?
I remember getting out of the car and that wind almost blew me over. I was like, God bless.
It was
I was like,
crazy.
I walk in here. I come in. I don't know who I'm facing. Don't know what I'm doing. They're just like, all right, get dressed. I was like, what? Yeah, like, all right, get dressed. You're in a match. I said, right now? She's like, yep. I was like, oh, God. I was like, who am I facing? And I look over and I see this monstrous of a man. I'm like, this guy? This guy. What?
You damn Skippy.
I was like,
So,
this guy.
man,
And I didn't
that
even know
match
that.
right there, bro, it set all for me. That match right there set all for me. This man is a great man. He showed me love. He showed me friendship. He showed me values, man. And he's one of those guys that I could go in the ring with and work constantly with and not have a problem. I'm telling you, that match that you saw that night where me and D-Lock faced for the first time, we didn't even call that match. That match was called on the spot because we didn't even have the time to talk about a match. It was like, yo, it's getting dark. You guys got to go out there. It got dark in mid-match, so people started putting cars around us, and it was just like, keep on going. You know what I mean? And I think that's what made it so special. That's why I have the bond that I have with D-Lock, man. He's an awesome competitor, awesome friend, awesome guy overall, man.
That's the pre-show match of the year.
You damn fucking Skippy. Yo, listen. We stole the fucking show, man. That to me, even if we didn't, to me we did. You know why? Because it was a match about who can do what better. Everything you did, I did, and everything I did, you did. So it was like, man, this right here shows that you could be fat and do a moonsault. You could be skinny and do a moonsault. You know what I mean?
Yep, you can have feet prints on your stomach the whole time.
You damn right. It was an awesome match,
man.
man, and I enjoyed it, man, for real. And I want to say, listen, I want to say thank you for that match and thank you for everything you do and BYW. And we appreciate you, man, backstage and on a personal level, we appreciate you.
Man, I thank all of you guys, man. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know where I'd be in life, you know.
Tell you what, man, you listen. I'm always here. I'm in New York. You can always come by. you're more than welcome to come to my house. You're a little southern, so you might have to fit in a little bit.
Oh God!
But
I just thought if I walk up there, they'll think I'm a damn fucking maniac.
nah, man. All you have to do is
Jim.
hang out with me, and literally in New York, all you have to do is hang out with me and say dead ass lit. That's it. You're pretty much fitting in.
Oh, and I'd be up there, and they'd be like, "God bless." What? That's a Southern man? Oh my God!
Yeah. Basically, if you say that shit, they're gonna be like, "This motherfucker's gotta be Southern."
Man, he must cook some mean steaks. Oh,
you damn
my
right.
God.
So mean ass venison. Yo, you remember that story when Dustin was like, "Yeah, I get fucking deer fucking horns and shit." Like,
oh God, fucking velvet shit.
God damn, man, that shit have me dying. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off, man. I just came over here to show you some some love since you did the same shit to me of my interview. I figure I get you right back.
Brother, I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. I love you too, bro. I'll talk to you guys later. Tony, man, keep up the good work, man. Hey, I like your haircut. I see you got a haircut, boy. Yeah, yep. You're looking fresh for the ladies on their Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Much love.
Later, man.
Much love, man. See you.
Hey. Jay Joker says, love talking to D-Lock. He's an awesome dude.
I appreciate it, Jay. Jay. I always want to call him Jay Lethal. I don't. It's just that J in there.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal.
All right, where was I at? So, since we were kind of mentioning about it, another fan question I had sent in was asking why you thought Dustin Reagan decided to summon Nova of all people on Vindication 46, and your opinion of the casket match that those two had at Halloween Hangover.
Oh, man. Dustin right now, that's, he's in a whole nother world.
Right.
And to want to face Novan is insane. But, I'm not scared of him either, But that's just the blood we have in us. That match, man. I was watching it as a fan. It was very gruesome. It was very hard hitting. Seeing him get, Novan getting bust open. That was insane. That was like, what do we do? But as a fan out there, I was like, you know what, just let it ride, man. We'll take care of him after. Behind the scenes, but that's basically two people possessed right there going at it.
Right.
And I'd watch it again and again, and I've never been in, a match like that. And, right. I think it'd be something very different. A lot of people don't think I have a hardcore side to me, but you'd be surprised. I can take a beating. You just hope the opponent can take it, too. But that match, that was a great match. Two great competitors, that I would always want to face again. I haven't faced Novan, or Navon, but I want to face him. Especially Navon, because he's been talking a lot of shit on Twitter.
Yes.
And I'm laying the challenge out, man. If you wanna come down here and raise some hell, be ready, because I'm gonna raise it right back. So
sounds good to me. We want to get into what started that in a little bit, but we're gonna skip it for the moment. So what was your first reaction when you first seen Novan get busted open during that match?
Oh, man. See, when it first happened, I didn't even know, I didn't know when it happened.
Right.
I didn't know, what spot or nothing. And I rewatched it, and it was on the uppercut, because he's so tall.
Mm-hmm.
And his head just whiplashed and hit the turnbuckle.
Right.
Right on the post. And And I'm seeing this. I thought it was paint. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was just the red paint because
Right.
Dustin wore red paint, and so I was like, oh, that must be just paint. And I'm seeing it coming off his face and down his head and all that stuff. I was like, what the heck? And it turned out he was just gushing. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And luckily there were some people off to the side, that kind of gave him, cleared it up, just for the time being. But it was very shocking, and but we couldn't do nothing. We just had to let it ride out. It was
Definitely.
like we're on standby though, but don't get it twisted. If somebody gets hurt or anything, we're always on standby.
Right.
There's not, there's always going to be people that's ready on standby for anything that happens. Because we take care of our wrestlers and we make sure they're okay. So,
Good.
if anything, so.
All right. Before I get into the next question, I want to read some of the comments here real quick. WFF Wrestling says D-Lock is my reunion Rumble fave to win, hands down. And Dale Blackwell says my first time meeting D-Lock was amazing. He's one of the coolest to talk to backstage.
Man, y'all too nice, man. Y'all way too nice.
Yankee says D-Lock is the GOAT.
No, I am a Billy Goat. I am not the GOAT. I look like a Billy Goat.
And KBW Wrestling's in the chat says D-Lock, one of the very best technical wrestlers in all of BYW. It's tough as nails.
Oh my god, hold on, that's a little too. That's far, but wow. Oh man.
You have to take that up with we know who's in charge of the KBW channel. So.
Oh man. I appreciate that, man. God bless. That's a big honor right there. Man. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for Dustin, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So that was my trainer. So I can't say much, but I appreciate that 100%.
All right. So another question I got sent in was, what was it like for you to be in last year's Reunion Rumble, mix it up with some of the newer guys that appeared for the first time in VTW, like Shadow Grim?
Oh man, it was funny because I'm just off to the side, just won the title or whatever, and why not go in there and go for another,
Right.
And my number was called, and I went in there and worked with all these different people that I never worked with, and Shadow was one of the few that I really wanted to work with after Reunion, and hopefully I had to get to. That man is very talented at what he does, and anybody else, man. I am as open, open as the freaking biggest book in the library. I am open to anybody. I don't care who it is. I love working with any new guys, old guys, anybody. I'm not stuck on a variety of people. You can be big, you can be small, you can be skinny. You can be anything. I'm not picky at all. I'm not like some people that are picky about people. I'm down to earth and will work with anybody. So all you have to do is contact me, man. That's it.
All right. KBW said it's just the truth what they were saying about you being tough as nails. And Samael says D-Lock should be the VTW World Heavyweight Champion.
That's my mission. That's my goal for 2018. So it's gonna happen, or it's gonna happen. So,
but it is happening. Gotcha.
It's happening.
So since we're on the subject of Reunion Rumble, knowing that this year's Reunion Rumble is coming up here shortly, who would you like to see participate in this year's Rumble that people wouldn't expect to see in there?
Oh man, see, I'd love to see anybody. Like, oh man, I want to see I want to see people I've never seen before. I'd be surprised. I
Yeah.
definitely want to see big Bruce from last year. That man's
Bruce Bishop.
huge.
Yeah.
I definitely would want to see him again. Man, any young guys, I'd like to see, D'Lo in it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, uh, really anybody. Sam Il, I'd like to see him in it. Any
Right.
of the Murder Club people. KC. Anybody. Rick, TJ. Yankee. Anybody. Um. Man, if I'd have to go off the radar, I had to pick one. Oh man. I'm just gonna go goofy. I'd want to see Kevin Chambers is due. He's due. He's due.
There you go.
Man.
So, Jay Joker wants to know, what do you think of Lil Debbie's performance in Best in the Yard 3? I was absolutely blown away, especially with that beautiful drop kick.
Man, man, my cousin's crazy. Oh man, that drop kick that's better than mine. And I don't even do a drop kick half the time. Wow. When I when I saw that, I was like, God bless this man's got a WWE drop kick right here. And he told me, he's like, that's my new finisher. I said, what? I was like, oh God. But and that was the most funniest but amazing thing to watch. I mean, it was so funny and good.
Right.
I wish he'd have won it, but he went crazy and decided to eliminate himself and dive on the rest of the people on the outside. So he wanted to make a moment.
Oh, he got his moment.
Oh man.
Somebody else says it was the best. It's the best drop kick in BYW.
Whew. I guess the Little Debbie, man, that's the best drop kick I've seen in a while.
Right. Okay, so another question actually took us back to another feud that you were in VTW recently. With Cameron Jackson, did you think you took it too far pulling the race card on Cam on Vindication 46?
Oh God, listen. Not a lot of people know, but behind the scenes, we always talk about what we're gonna say, and and behind the scenes, I apologize. I always apologize for anything I say. If I take it too far, I'm always gonna apologize after, and if it's something that the other guy brings up, I will always ask, can I say this, or you know what I mean? I'm not going to be the guy who's going to say something right out of the blue and then not apologize for it. I'm always going to come up front and be a man, and I'm going to apologize.
Right.
I think, I did take it too far, and I apologize again, for anybody that I offended. But, at that time, it's for the rivalry, and it got the heat that it needed. So,
yeah.
But I'm always gonna apologize. So
since we're on the topic of that rivalry, what was your opinion of the match that you and Cam had ending in the draw that with that super kick as he flew out the ring?
Oh man, funny thing was, I actually hurt my leg on that.
It kind of looked like it.
I actually, I kind of twisted my ankle a little bit, and so after the match, I was in a little bit of pain, but it was just that was something that we called, and we was like, we're gonna do this, and he was crazy, and he told me to do it, so I said, I'm gonna do it, and he jumped over, and luckily everything was just perfect, and and it looked, amazing, and the build and everything. So that was another fun match that I really did enjoy.
You can see why. In my opinion, that was the highlight of the show. So that move there. Yankee chat room's blowing up a little bit again. Yankee says, I heard Lil Debbie is chilling with Carlitos in Puerto Rico.
Man, he didn't even tell me he was going on vacation. What the heck?
All right. Hey, Jay Joker says, also, what was your personal take on your triple threat match with Chase Bridges and Jackson Hendricks at Best in the Yard last year?
Oh man, loved it. I loved working with Chase and especially Jackson. That kid, man, super talented. I mean, going from a trampoline to a ring, first time in a ring that day was amazing. And that and that's still going to be one of my favorite matches to do.
Yeah.
He come out and talked to me afterwards, and and I said, man, you don't have to tell me anything, dude. You did a great job, and Chase too.
Right.
It was one of the funnest and best matches that I really did enjoy. And that atmosphere, man, oh my God, that was something different, and I loved it. The loudness and being in a building it was amazing.
Yeah. You can imagine. King Dominator wants to know, D-Lock, would you ever join or consider joining GTS Grim's Toy Show or RWA and have the Murder Club be the best faction in both feds?
Man, I'm always up for anything. If they're willing to, contact me, I'd be more than happy to. It's, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go away from my family, But if they wanted me up there for a couple of days, then I'd totally be down.
Right.
I'm not out of ideas, so.
Let's see what else I got here. Send in. What would you say, if you could choose, are your top 3 favorite Best in the Yard matches of all time, not including the ones that you've been in?
Oh man. I'm gonna go back to Best in the Yard too. Navon and Kevin. That was such an underrated match, and I absolutely loved it.
Right.
What they went through, I love that match. That'd have to be one. Oh man. Yankee and Zach, that would have to be one. That Best in Yard 3, the main event. Definitely a very fun match that I loved. Last one. Man, I see it's so hard. I don't want to pick because they were all great.
Right.
If I had to pick the last one, oh man. I'd probably say Dustin and Dirty. That was a very painful and gruesome match too.
Right.
Especially removing the padding and bumping on that wood. But if I had to pick 3, those would be my 3. But if I didn't have to pick, then all of them were my favorite. I loved all of them. So.
All right. What did you think of the King of the Yard tournament? And if there is another one this year, would you be willing to participate?
King of the Yard, that was very, different. And I loved it. You think no other BYW, companies have that, and to bring the best of the best, in a tournament basically like cruiserweight championship style, that was, very, very awesome. And all of them guys up there did great, and I wish I could have been up there the first time. But if they did have a second one, I would definitely, keep my eyes on it, and I would definitely go up there if I get the chance. And don't count me out of winning it. because I'm gonna go up there and try to win it. But all in
Definitely.
all, that was very, very fun show to watch.
So building off of that
Especially,
question. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, building off of that question, if you could, who do you think you would like to face in the first round if you had the choice?
If I had the choice, I'd have to say David Llewell. That
Nice.
I recently just started watching him, and as you know, I actually met him.
Right.
Uh, but great guy, and I'd be so willing to work with him, and work these other guys, that I don't get to wrestle often. So I'd definitely first round pick. They would be on my list. So
That'd be a very interesting match, especially since neither one of you were involved in the first King of the Yard. So, be very intriguing. All right. Um, what were your thoughts on the build up to what it was originally supposed to take place at Best in the Yard 3 that we didn't see happen till later between Navon McDonald and Avery Hoke?
oh man, yeah,
Their
I
match they
think
eventually
I
had.
think when it recently happened was the best fit. Uh, Definitely, Devon and Avery. Uh, Recently happening was probably the best fit. Uh, Best in the yard. I felt like Drew and Navon was the right choice.
Yeah.
Obviously, Avery had some personal stuff going on, but
Right.
definitely was the right fit, and it turned out good. And then Navon Avery recently, it turned out good too. So, I mean, you can't change it, but I think how it went was it worked out perfect. So,
Yeah. Right. It was definitely interesting. On the topic of VTW a little there, what was your thought when Joe Cool first was announced as a general manager and then to see, as he stepped down, Aaron Jones take over as the new general manager?
uh, you know, um, I had a lot of, I didn't like Joe Cool because he took away one of my championships that I won for the first time in VTW, and that was the X Factor.
Right.
I took that away because I didn't show up, which blows my mind. And then I kind of grew more respect of him towards the end of the year, uh, and then to next year. But you know what? I mean, manager's a manager, so I don't honestly. If Aaron's the manager, then Aaron's the manager. Just I'm still gonna get what I want. So either or, if Joe's the manager or Aaron, I'm gonna get my world title shot. So it's gonna happen.
All right. Fair enough. Another fan question I had sent in was asking what your opinion is of the change.
They're changing the business up. I mean, I can't. They're they're changing it. They're doing what their name says, and they're doing big changes. So, I mean, as long as they don't stand in my way, I mean,
Hmm.
I don't have a problem. But
Right.
they get in my way, then we'll have a serious problem. But they're doing. I mean, I can't say much. They're doing great things. So,
Yeah.
especially them younger guys, Casey and D'Lo,
Uh-huh.
and Jamal being, the leaders. So just keep
Yeah.
doing what they're doing. Just don't stand in my way. So
Right. And Jamal just might be. I mean, he's his last we've seen going after the world title himself. So, uh, Yankees got a question for you. A great question, as he puts it. You got to hire one, fire one, and push one. Chase Bridges, David Lowell, Nick Somas. Go.
Oh no. Oh God. Hire one, fire one, push one.
Yep.
I hate you. Somas. He said Somas.
Yep.
Chase, and then
David Lowell.
David.
Yep.
Oh man. I hate you, Yankee. If any of them guys are watching, please don't shoot me down for this. Oh man. See, why do I have to hire one? Chase is already hired. I don't. I don't. If I have to hire one, it'd be David Lowell. I'd hire.
Mm-hmm.
Push. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, you put me on the spot. Oh God. Can I push and suspend one? Like, can I suspend? Can I just suspend him?
I'll say sure, but I don't know that Yankee will agree to it.
Well, I haven't seen Somas in a while, so I guess I'd have to fire him and then push Chase. So, I mean,
there you go.
There you go. Sorry at all them guys if I offended, but if I could hire all of you, I would. I'd hire all of them.
Make sure I got all the questions. I think sent in other than 2.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, just ask me anything. I don't care. Any questions that y'all want to know about me or anything. I'm open for anything.
Okay, so the next one I've got sent in was, what were your thoughts on Drew Hood first retiring and then seeing him return at Christmas Chaos?
Very shocking. When I heard he retired, that was very surprising. Mm-hmm. I definitely wasn't expecting that.
Right.
I think a lot of people weren't expecting that.
I'd agree.
And he didn't really talk to nobody. Didn't say much, to anybody, and then just recently, Cam finds a partner, and what do you know? It's Drew Hood, FTC. So, I mean, it was just, I don't know if he was just going through a hard time, but if he's back, he's back. So, and that's good for him. If he's going to be back, then he needs to stay. He doesn't need to leave. So,
right.
But yeah, man, it's basically a roller coaster, up and down. It's like whoa.
Yeah, definitely.
But definitely turned out in the good end that he's back. So that's good for him.
Yankee says, "Hate me now." His question.
I can't hate Yankee because he's gonna come down here one weekend. We're gonna go eat. So, it's basically all we do is talk on the phone. Like, where do you want to eat when we come down here? But
yeah.
I hate you for asking that question.
To build off of the previous question, though, what do you think it means for the VTW locker room to have 2/3 of the FTC in the company now, and they're actually working together?
It is what it is. If it's 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, so on and so on. I don't really care. Just don't get in my way. Like that's the main thing. Just don't get in my way, and we will not have a problem. since they're back, it could be a good possibility they're going after the tag team titles. So, I mean, the Bad Sons need to watch out. There's another tag team for them to look out for. So,
Right.
we'll see.
Okay, I'll ask this one because it's gonna get into it anyway. Jay
God.
Joker says, "Would you stick it in Navon's mouth?"
You fucking damn right, I'll stick it in his mouth. I'll switch it around like a toothbrush.
So, if anybody doesn't know, why don't you walk us through what happened between you and him at Best in the Yard 3 weekend?
Oh God! All right, here's the story. So, just a hangout day after Best in the Yard.
Mm-hmm.
If you can ask everybody who's been there, I am the king at picking on Devon. I will pick on him and pick on him. And it was me, Casey, and Chase, and Devon outside. We was all getting drinks.
Yep.
And I'm just picking on him a little bit. I'm not, just poking and poking and poking and poking. But I was picking on him a little, and he started talking and talking and talking. Well, then it was getting a little, we start saying stuff and saying stuff and saying stuff. Well, I don't think a lot of people knew. I don't think I knew that if you put your finger in his face, he gets mad. I didn't know that at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of just recently found out, but I didn't know if it was true or not. So we start getting into it and into it and into it. Casey's just watching. He's like, oh, God, like something's going to happen. And Chase is there too. So soon as I lifted my finger up and directly pointed it at his face, he just swings. And I was like, oh, my God. And he just swung, and then we just went at it. And we just went at it. And then we went in the building. I threw him into the building. It was just bang. It was like a loud shotgun went off. And Chase, I just see in the corner of my eye, Chase opens the door. He's like, oh, we need some help here. And then it just turned into a big brawl. And it was something that was really funny. I tried to warn him. I was like, look, don't do this. And he had his nice clothes on and everything. I was trying to be the better man. I was like, don't do this. And he did it anyways, and he messed up. So,
yeah,
I tried to tell him.
For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, part of that battle that happened there
is uploaded. Yep, it's on It's on NUW's channel. Go watch it if you want to see it. It's funny. I wish we had the beginning part of it, like what first happened, but you'll get the picture.
Yes, definitely get the picture in it. Had to get your take on that story too, because I don't recall if I got it when you were on here before, but I've heard Navon's side of it and other people's side of it too. So.
Oh man.
Yankees got a couple questions for you. A couple more. How did you feel after cashing in on Zach to win the YouTube championship from him after, of course, Yankee and Rick took him out?
I don't think, who wouldn't? There's an opportunity right there. Who wouldn't? Yankee come in, Rick, and beat up Zach, and I took the opportunity and I cashed in. So, I mean, if you were in my shoes, I think you would do the same thing. If there's a nice championship right in front of you, then you would take it. So, but definitely when it happened, probably one of my best moments and my favorite moments. Was definitely, the atmosphere was, you could just hear it. You could just hear it. Yes, yes, no, no. And it was like, oh, man. And then all of a sudden it happens. It was just a roller coaster of emotions. And, that's what I love to bring into my matches. I want it to be a roller coaster.
Yeah. And his second question was, what was your thoughts on him power bombing Zach's wife through a table at Best in the Yard?
That was wrong, Yankee. That was wrong. That was wrong. At the same time, it was really funny, but it was also okay, crap, shit just hit the fan. So it was definitely. I don't think I knew it was happening at the time. I just see him setting up for it. I was like, he's not going to do this. There's no way. Goes into it. He's going to do this. And then he does it. And then the table doesn't break. And then I'm like, in character, I'm like, oh, that was awesome. Off character, cameras off. I was like, oh, God, I hope she's okay. Uh,
Right?
but all in all, she was okay. But at the time, that was an OMG moment.
Most definitely. Um, so, what do you think of Big Time Mike returning to the backyard scene to guest host the reunion rumble, a reunion show rather?
Oh, it's good for him to be back. And he's hosting too, so he's always going to be talking. You never know what he's going to say. So
True.
Definitely, it's going to be the show to watch. So
Yes.
so everyone stay tuned because it's definitely going to be a great show.
I mean, if they're giving Mike a live mic, no pun intended.
Yeah.
We all know what Mike can do with that. All right. In your own words, what would you say makes you the outlaw most of all?
In my own words.
Yep.
Do what I want, get what I want, and take what I want. So that's the motto.
All right.
That sums it up right there.
And building off of that, Riley Bates asked in the chat room, how did you come up with the outlaw name?
Well, when I first joined, I didn't have a character at the time. It was just kind of just me going out there and wrestling. And I kind of just, I kind of went back a little bit. And, since I'm from the South, obviously, I was like, you know what, I got to have something, that runs in with my life and all this other stuff. So why not get this outlaw character, that's going to, change everything. He's going to do what he wants. He's going to take what he wants. He's going to get what he wants, but it's going to be at a price. As soon as I found tone of that and kind of got it in there, it just kept smooth and kept going along, and it worked out great, And finally, I found something that I felt comfortable on doing, and what I could do, and especially, kind of, builds into my life. So it definitely everything works together, and it makes just something unique and perfect. So that's basically all it was. It was just, he's from the South. He's got to have something that mixes in with the South. So and I went with it, and everyone got on board with it. So that's all that matters. So
right. So since we're building off the outlaw name, they're not in the chat room, but since you were in the chat room for their show, I'll give you an opportunity to speak your mind about the American Outlaws that I had on here recently, Mark Williams and Jason Page.
Listen, they can do what they want. They do what they want. I'm not the man to say much. You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? I'm not going anywhere. If you want a piece of me, contact me. I'm right here, so I'm not going anywhere. You can say all the bull crap you want. I give him credit. If people talk about him, they talk about him. He's doing what he wants people to do.
Right.
And then if they're doing, their thing, they're doing their thing. I'm not going to get into their thing. So I'm down here doing my thing. So it is what it is.
Gotcha. Jay Joker says 2-slot or 4-slot toaster.
I hate you. God Almighty, I hate you. If I made a 10 slot, it'd be a 10 slot. As high as it can go.
Yes.
Oh God, I'd have to go the original 2 slot if I had to pick one.
All right. Riley Bates wants to know if you had anybody in mind to face at Best in the Yard for.
Oh man. Oh man. You know, I'm not a picky person. Like I said, really anybody. I love to take anybody on and just go out there and show out. Oh man. I'm not gonna pick nobody. I just say anybody. You know.
Okay.
Anybody.
Fair enough point. So building off of that, since you mentioned Best in the Yard 4, is there anybody specific or any couple people specific that you would like to see at Best in the Yard 4 that haven't been at a Best in the Yard yet?
Man. Definitely all the new guys on Proving Ground and all them new guys. Samael, David Llewell. There's another guy. Can't. Man, his name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. I know his name's Brandon, but
Brandon the Bullet.
He will definitely know who I'm talking about. Oh man.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of how exactly you pronounce his last name.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Definitely him.
Naldi or Castelletti or however it's pronounced.
Atlas, Ustalo. Man, all them guys who haven't been there. I mean, just I would want anybody that hasn't been there to be there and to experience what what the atmosphere is like and what that stage means to people. If you can come. I mean, we accept anybody.
Right.
Even if you're not on the card, please, if you can come, just experience it. I mean, it's a wonderful experience, and I think you would really enjoy it.
Yeah, I hear you there. The other question was, speaking about the toaster, what was the meaning behind first using the toaster?
Okay. All right, well, here's the funny thing. We're all, it was we're all in a hangout, and we're all talking. Mm-hmm. It's all of our friends and stuff, and it was just being funny, and just talking, and they were talking about something about me beating up my wife or something when I grew up. I was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And they were talking. I was like, "Well, I'll hit her with a toaster or something," and then it just stuck, and it just kept sticking, and we just made a joke out of it. It was like, I'm gonna hit her with a toaster. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that with a toaster, and we all talked about, yeah, you should bring that on camera. Who uses a toaster in wrestling? And I was like, yeah, you're not wrong. And then, right. What do you know? Bang, there it is. Oh man, it was just. I never thought people would get behind it. I thought people would think it was so stupid. And why is he using it? And then people just loved it. And I was like, yep. Wow. And then the catchphrase behind it, get toasted, bitch. It's just, I was in shock. And yeah. I telling you guys, I will have a t-shirt. Hopefully it's coming soon. I promise. It's coming soon. So.
Nice. Building off of that, kind of go back a little bit to one thing. What was it like for you to step in the ring with, I guess you'd say, this newer version of Dustin Reagan at Christmas Chaos?
Oh
Stelly,
man, it
yeah.
was it took me, it surprised me. It took me off guard. You know, I'm going into this match thinking I'm getting the the Man of War, the man with the paint.
Right.
You know, and I'm prepared for that, and then he takes the mask off and there's no paint. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
it kind of shook me for a minute. I was like, in shock. And then, we got in there and this whole side of me just took over. A lot more of an aggressive side that, I don't normally have. And it was just, I always, and out of character, I'm always going to enjoy, working with Dustin. He's always going to be one of my favorites. But during that, that whole match, everything was going through my head. A lot of things were going through my head. He wouldn't get out of my head. It was mind games that, he thought that I couldn't handle. But in the end, it was, the more aggressive side of the Outlaw that prevailed. So.
All right. Now, see, it was you guys definitely tore the house down in that match, but that's nothing unusual. It was different to see that side of Dustin again, I guess I'd say, and to see the levels that you went to as well in that match. All right. Riley Bates asked, since he posted it yesterday, what are your thoughts of AK-47 coming down to VTW?
Man, that's it's always great news. That's another guy who wants to prove himself and wants to be in the Rumble and wants to win it. And I'm glad he's back and he's coming down again.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's one guy who I'd like to see. One guy I'd like to see personally get a singles match at Best in the Yard that hasn't gotten one yet. So that's me. All right. Hashtag T-shirt toaster, Riley Bates says, and Icky says, "Get toasted, bitch," with a laughing face behind it. All right. Keep those questions and comments coming in, guys. I'm going to double check one thing here.
Yep, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Ask me anything. I don't care if it's about sports, food. I don't care. Anything. I'm going to answer it.
So, I forgot one question that I was sent. Happens to do with a pro wrestling show, WWE Royal Rumble. What's your favorite Royal Rumble of all time?
Oh, man. No.
Or Sports Entertainment?
Oh, man. Oh my God, dude. I don't know.
Tough question to answer.
Man, these are tough. Oh my God. Oh man, this is tough. I gotta think. God, the 2003 one was good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I know 2003. It was like anything 2000 to like 2010. Those were good. A lot of those were really good. Oh man. I don't know. We'll be here for hours trying to answer this.
Now for me, it's easy because I've got a favorite, but
See, it's hard when you don't, because it's like, man, because I'm not, I'm not the picky person. I'm just like, yep, I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. I like this one.
yeah.
It's, uh, I know the 1995 one that was a really good one,
Mm-hmm.
especially Shawn Michaels. Oh man, I'd have to go with 95 or 03 when Rock won it.
Nice couple picks.
Either one of those. Even the one Rey Mysterio won.
Oh yeah.
That was a very good one.
Yep. The tribute Teddy, of course.
If I had to pick those three, it would be the 95, 06 and 03, definitely.
So Jackson Hendricks in the chat room and says, "When are we going to play PS4 again?"
Damn it. Whenever. Yeah, if anybody wants to play PlayStation, I got a PlayStation, so it's the Outlaw. So it's the capital O out and then underscore and then capital L law and then 316. So there you go.
All right. Anybody who's interested, there you go. You got deluxe info to play him on PS4 now. All right. So off of that, we know that, or I've seen that there's going to be a few companies debuting pretty much on VTW at the Reunion Rumble. One of them in particular is one that's going to see some guys from VTW travel to them as well here this month. DBW. What is your opinion of that company?
Oh man, I love their content. I love all those wrestlers up there are very very talented. And the recent trip that some of the VTW guys went up there, I wish I could have went. You know, I'd have loved to perform up there. And now they're coming down here. We're not. It's different. We're not in a nice warm building. We're outside and it's going to be cold, so
yeah,
it's very different. But yeah, that's any new companies with with people that are willing to travel down here and do that. I have a lot of respect for. So I'm more than happy and welcome them down here. But get ready. These guys are hungry, uh, and they want a championship just as bad as I do. So.
yeah. Is there anyone in particular that you would have your eye on, perhaps, from DBW?
Oh man, Sam Io's up there. That's a Murder Club member. I always want him down here. Mr. Judgment. I got to talk to him a little bit. On a hangout. But other than that, I'd like to meet him. Adam Anderson. But there's been stuff going on up there with him. But
yeah,
I'd like to see him down here. I know Casey James is up there. It's a Murder Club guy too. So
yeah.
I'm open. Everybody come. If you can come, come. There's 30 spots. So if you can fill one of the spots, then there you go.
Speaking of Murder Club, what first guy you first made you decide to join Murder Club?
When Yankee come up to me and asked me, he said, "We'd really like for you to join," and I couldn't say no. Like that was you know, all these people and ready to take over BYW. I was like, I need this, I need this, I need, you know, this is something I need to get into. I don't mind taking over BYW one club. So,
Mhm.
uh, I joined, and a bunch of more people joined, and now look where it's at. It's just growing.
True.
It just doesn't stop. So definitely, and even though there's a lot more meaning behind Murder Club, and that's what a lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of people see, but I'm very happy that Yankee asked me to join, and very blessed, and we're taking it over. So we're taking over BYW. So look out.
I believe it. If you don't, you're a fool, to be honest. Okay. Somebody else says MC taking this rumble. It happened. Got a few guys in there. So where do you see this whole situation with Navon going since after what happened at Best in the Yard 3 the day after? We've seen the two of you kind of go at each other on Twitter since pretty much ever since then.
Well, it all started when his so-called father decided to tombstone my cousin. So that's what kind of started it all, and it's been igniting ever since, and I think it needs to happen.
Yeah. That's something I'm sure Yankee would answer. Jay Joker says, am I part of Murder Club?
Jay, I love you, man. You're always going to be a part of it.
Which, of course, Yankee says, yes, you're always welcome. All right. Who's not? Oh. So there's another company I wanted to get your input on here real quick as well. I'll ask if anybody has any questions about it. They can ask as well. We talked a little when I had you on here before about UWE. What is your thought of what's happened on UWE programming lately and the fact that they almost could have ended?
Oh man, it's kind of scary. Because I love all them guys up there, and and it about to end was a big shock to everyone. But I'm definitely glad Ustalo brought it back, and and fought for his company that he likes. So I'm glad that they're here to stay. So that's definitely another company that is kind of a type of brotherhood up there. So I'm kind of glad they stuck together.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys got any more comments or questions, put them in there. I know you said something about possibly wanting to be done around 9 o'clock. We're getting close to that hour. So I'm going to ask you a question from me to do with the channel here, or a couple questions. As Yankee and Jay Joker are talking about the spectrum and people falling off it.
God. Can't no one stay on the spectrum, I swear.
Apparently not. But anyway. I've had that you'd like to see me bring on here that hasn't been from, let's start with BTW first.
Oh man. Matt, K9, any of those guys. I know those guys haven't been on here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else hasn't been on here. I don't think Drew's been on here.
No, unfortunately not yet.
I don't think Zach's been on here.
No, unfortunately, again, not yet.
No.
That's on Zach mainly, but we just gotta find time to click.
Who else? Matt, K9, Drew, Zach. Dang. Has Kevin? Yeah, Kevin's been on here. Yeah,
Who?
yeah, yeah. Kevin
Yeah,
Shaw. He's been
Kevin
on
wasn't
it.
on here
Okay,
not that long ago.
okay. Um. Oh man, is that most of them? I think that's most of them.
Most of them. That's not quite all of them, but there's one other guy that hasn't been on yet. I figured you'd mention since
Uh.
you're in a match with him at Best in the Yard 3.
Oh yeah, Chase. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Uh. Chase. KC. KC hasn't been on here. Avery, but that's his time. He's got a lot of things to do.
Yeah, I've talked to Avery, and he might actually be on at some point. So.
Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. I'm definitely gonna watch that. Um, I think that's all of them from VTW, really.
Awesome, yeah. And I'll expand on that question in a minute, but first, Niki's got one for you. If you could wrestle anyone in WWE, who would it be?
Anybody. I guess current. I would guess current right now.
Yeah. Yankee, that's terrible.
Man, I'd have to say Johnny Gargano. That man can wrestle. And if I was wrestling him, we looked like we had the same styles.
Okay.
I definitely, yeah, that would be probably my pick. If I had to pick somebody on the main roster, the main roster would have to be Samoa Joe or AJ Styles. One of them two.
Nice.
Most definitely. Because I definitely grew up watching them in TNA when it first started. They were, oh my God.
Right? So much better back then than it is now, that's for sure.
Yes.
I haven't even watched that show in probably a year now, or better.
I heard it's been doing pretty good. It's coming back slowly but surely. It's not where it used to be, but it's coming.
Starting tonight, they do have a Twitch channel now too, I guess. So whatever. But anyway, off topic. Anybody from any other company that you'd like to see me get on here that you might not know that has been, don't think has been in UIW?
Samael hasn't been on here. I know that.
He has been on here actually.
He has? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
I've had a lot of people on here, so don't feel too bad.
I know. That's like there's so many. It's like I feel like, oh man, Brandon. I think Brandon. Oh, whatever his name, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Yes. There you go.
It was something along those lines, but
definitely him. Any of them DVW guys you really haven't been on. I'd love to see any of them guys on. I'm not good with names. I'm not the best, but
that's all right.
I can remember faces. That's it. I remember faces, just not the that great. But I definitely remember the faces. I'm trying to think. I don't think though the Blaze. Yeah. I don't think he's been. Dang it! What the freak?
Yep, I had him on. He was a short one, but he was on here.
God, dude, if you got Bruce, okay, I know Bruce hasn't been on it. That would be one.
No, I've got Judgment, Blaze, Hellhound. Adam hasn't been on yet, but will be. Casey's been on here. Damiel's been on here.
Dude, there's so many people that's been on. I don't know. Anybody who hasn't been on from DBW, NUW, Proven Ground, any of those guys. Anybody.
Huge roster.
That's a lot.
It is.
Because I'm crap with names. But yeah, any of those guys. Anybody that hasn't been on. Holy crap.
So, kind of don't want to ask this, but I will anyways, since it's
God.
Q&A. The Dark Side is in the chat room, says, you had to fight a robot with dildos and piranha for hands, or a rabid dog. I know. Or a rabid dog who was fed meth, steroids, and forced to watch Cujo on repeat for 149 hours. Which one would you pick?
Which one would I fight?
Yep.
What the fuck?
It's the Dark Side. He asks these kind of.
Yeah, I can tell. Dog on steroids or something with dildos on it. What?
Robot.
A robot. Oh my god. If it's any of them, I'm fucking shooting it. No, I ain't fighting it. I'm shooting it. Let's just say that I'm just gonna shoot it.
All right.
Oh man.
Off of that, Riley Bates says, how did you feel about Cage versus Cameron Jackson at Best in the Yard 3?
Oh, I can't say much. It was a great match. It had the build. A lot of people were behind that match. A lot of people tuned into it. That match did its purpose. The ending did its purpose. Everybody wanted a winner.
Right.
You just have to keep watching and seeing if there was a rematch or not. So, but it definitely did its purpose. It was definitely a great match. And I would watch it again.
Definitely. Yeah, they had I would agree, a great match as well. You guys got any more comments or questions? Make sure you get them in there. Might be wrapping up here soon, so.
I will definitely, you know what? I got so much time. I will be in here another 15, 20 minutes. That's how much I love you guys.
I'll leave it to you then. Just make sure you keep them coming through. What was the differences and what was the similarities between your experiences for Best in the Yard 2 compared to Best in the Yard 3, would you say?
Oh, man. Definitely the first time being there and then the second time. First time, being nervous, not knowing anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time going there and knowing basically everyone. Definitely a change in that. The stages, trampoline to a ring. That definitely outside to a building,
Right.
And then being in a handicap to a triple threat. There's a lot, like you being there the first time, you're nervous, you want to prove something, and then the second time, yeah, you get a little nervous, but you're more comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
You've been there the first time, you know what it's like, you know the atmosphere, the experience. But if I could be there 10 times, I'd be there 10 times. That's how much I love it. So definitely a big difference when you're there the first time and then the second time going around.
Yeah.
And then hopefully I am there the third time. You never know.
Suppose so. So I'll ask this question off of Best in the Yard 3. Who ended Jason Walker's undefeated streak?
The match, the first table ended it. Oh man. Are we talking about Arnold or TJ? I think Arnold put him through it, but
technically yes.
Oh man. Oh.
Riley Bates said, "We love you too." Well, that doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Yankee says,
"The bros know what it means."
What's that?
I said the bros, they know what it means. It's not.
We all know.
But go ahead, ask your question. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. What are your thoughts on Yankee working with RWA and GTS now, and will you like to come and show off there?
That's congratulations to that man. Definitely that's big things. Definitely they have they have the audience. A lot of people watching, so that's a lot of exposure, and so and I know why and I'm not gonna say, but I know why he's up there. So he's doing big things, and as long as he enjoys it, then that's good on him. That's it's big things, and I'm proud of that man. And if I could go up there, I'd go up there. I'm down to go anywhere.
And
I,
definitely congrats to him and Felix both for being on the shows.
I definitely I definitely would go anywhere. Heck, I'd go back on a trampoline. I wouldn't care. That's just how much I love it. So if they contacted me and wanted me up there, let's do it. I'm definitely all in and showing out. So
Okay. He says, "Much love, brother. I appreciate it." That's one other question, but I don't exactly understand what he's trying to say. So,
if I had another device, I'd read it and try. But
yeah, it's okay. I'm just asking. So it's gonna be.
if he doesn't understand, just rephrase it a little, and then he'll understand it.
That's right. Well, yes. Riley Bates had asked something about would we see D-Lock back at VTW Mania? I don't know if he's just referring to seeing you at Mania next year or not.
Or this year coming, heck yeah, you gonna see me at Mania? Yeah, I'm going. I will be there.
Yeah,
that's confirmed. I am there. So
okay. So since we mentioned the Royal Rumble earlier, who do you think is a favorite or somebody that you would like to actually see win? Let's go with both of the Royal Rumble matches.
me, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You
Are
agree?
we talking WWE? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see Joe win it. I have this gut feeling Roman Reigns is going to win it, which he probably will, and I'm going to be pissed off. But
I hope
if that's WWE's objective, then go ahead. But I want Joe to win it.
Fortunately, I ain't so sure Joe's going to be in it.
Yeah, I know he's injured. I hope he is.
It'd be nice.
Man, if he is in it, I would want him to win it. If I had to pick one to win it, I want Braun to win it. Obviously, the dude, he's such a good entertainer. I mean, he what he's doing now is amazing. And then the women's, that's gonna be. That was kind of a okay. This is gonna be weird with two rumbles and then 30 apiece. So there's only gonna be like one or two matches that are regular matches. So
Yeah, there's going to be.
what, three?
They've got 3 at least already. Yeah.
I think that's enough. Those rumbles are gonna last an hour apiece.
True, they will. Yes,
So, or maybe even longer, obviously.
yeah. Usually they're about an hour.
I mean, that's 2 hours apiece. So then the matches. So yeah, that's gonna be a long. But if I had to pick a women's, Asuka, obviously. Um, and then any NXT one. I know there's gonna be NXT women in there. Obviously, has to be. I'd like to see Candace in it, LeRae, since she just signed and she's been wrestling on program. So,
Do you think there'll be any other surprises in either one of the 2 matches?
I would say Ricochet would be in it, but that's a little too early.
Yeah, I think it'd be early, especially when they just announced
Um,
that he actually signed.
yeah, I know that's way early. Oh man, I'd like to see Adam Cole in it, but he's in. I doubt he'll be in it.
Give him a year or two, he'll be in the Rumble.
Oh, definitely. Oh man. Man, I'm trying to think of like some big surprises that you wouldn't expect to be in it.
I can tell you two names that some people might expect to be in it that could possibly show up. They both were in TNA.
Uh-oh.
One being Ethan Carter III is rumored to possibly be in the Royal Rumble.
Oh God.
The other, possibly, one Bobby Lashley.
Oh man. Yep. That'd be a big one.
Yeah.
Very big one. Him and Braun
Definitely.
Strowman in there. God Almighty. Talk about some beast.
If they put Braun Strowman in the Rumble, since he is in the Triple Threat Universal Title match.
Yeah, I know.
He might do both.
Well,
We've seen it happen before.
he better. Because I doubt he's going to win it. So.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunately. So Yankees got another question for you. I think this is funny. The first time I seen something about it was actually on the Sammy Guevara show.
Oh God.
When eating cereal in the morning, what do you put in your cereal bowl first? Milk or cereal?
Cereal and then milk.
Same here.
I don't put milk. Why would you put milk in first and then cereal?
Yeah, I don't
Like
understand.
that just sounds weird.
Right?
Like you put your like I can't even say it sounds weird. You put your milk in first and then you put your cereal. It's like the cereal's just gonna float on top.
Yeah.
It's like what? Nah, I
I
put
agree.
cereal in first and then milk.
Same.
Because I want to know if it's gonna overflow or not.
Good point. Yankee says, but the cereal gets soggy.
It's gonna get soggy either way.
Yeah.
I mean, you better eat it fast. Don't sit there and funnel around for 30 minutes and let it get soggy. You
Right?
make it, you eat it, and then you're done.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Who do you think, well, besides yourself, is somebody on the VTW roster that maybe is a little under the radar that we should be watching out for this year?
D'Lo, definitely under the radar. That man, he has improved a lot. That man, he's improving every single day. I feel like he's under the radar a lot. The newer guys, K9 and Matt, they definitely, you got to look out for those guys. They are definitely, a force to look out for. You never know. There's still people that's in the academy that could come. I can't say, but watch out for those guys. You know.
When I heard there's supposed to be a show coming out to actually show us some of those guys from the academy.
Yep. Just look out for those guys. And even these older guys. Definitely look out for them. Because they're obviously doing big things as well.
Right.
So, and always look out for this guy. Because I'm coming. Don't worry.
Okay. To finish off the whole cereal debate, Yankee said, if you put the cereal second, it's always crunchy. I hate my cereal life.
God almighty.
Riley Bates asked, where is VTW at in North Carolina? Claremont, correct?
Yes.
That's it.
Claremont. If I can say it, Claremont.
Yes. Nowhere's near Boone. I just had to put that one out there because Aaron would get some people would get a joke out of that, but a laugh out of it.
Oh, Boone. Definitely ain't there. I'll tell you that.
What was the experience like for you after you had debuted, and then the first major feud we released, our first storyline we seen you involved in was being a part of JHI?
Oh man, that was a first.
He muted himself.
Yeah, my dog coming here.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was something that was very different. You know, being able to work with all those guys was incredible. You know, in the storyline, you know, it's these, you know, you got Diablo and Joe Cool, you know, they've been there, but then you got these two newer guys, you know, that nobody's really watched a bunch that out to prove themselves. And then, you know, we get to Fury, we have the elimination match, and funny story, Dustin was actually sick.
Nice.
If you wonder why he got out so early, he was actually sick. He had actually, I think he had the flu or something. So just think that man was fighting. That man was wrestling with the flu, possibly.
Right.
That's why he got out early. And you know,
dedication.
And he told me, he's like, you know, you take it away. So I went in there and, you know, did what I was supposed to do. And I wish, you know, he wasn't sick because, you know, it'd have been even more awesome than it already was. But it was definitely something that I really enjoyed. Very different elimination, basically Survivor Series. You know, I basically, you know, at the time, you know, got the two biggest names out of there. You know, Zach and Aaron.
Right.
It was definitely, you know, unreal, and being able to work with those guys was great. And then what do you know? Joe wins it. You know, even though I interfered a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was I know everybody was very shocked because nobody really thought that we was going to win, and then we won, and then it just went crazy. But definitely something that I really liked and liked looking back at, and would watch again.
Definitely. So Jay Joker put a couple things in here that I gotta mention. Says, dudes, it goes, have a piece of toast, fuck the cereal. In all honesty, it goes cereal, then milk.
Yeah, I'd eat toast, you know, before cereal, always. A little bit of jelly on it. But, God. Oh, God. He cracks me up.
He also says about the location of VTW, ain't nowhere near damn Boone.
You got that right. Oh, my God. It's cracking me up.
Riley Bates said the reason he asked was because he's looking to go to VTW in his future.
Heck yeah.
And he would like to know what you think is the greatest finisher ever in BYW history.
Oh, man. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to brag, but the jumping super kick it's coming. That was something I really, wow. You know, and a lot of people have told me to, you know, to use that. So that's definitely something that definitely watch out for it. You know, if I had to say a finisher, oh man, there's so much. I really like Aaron's finisher. You know, I'm not good with finisher names. I'm not going to butcher them, but Aaron, if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. Aaron's finisher that he did on Zach was good. It's a very unique finisher. I'm always gonna like the black coat splash. That's always gonna be a memorable finish. Um, I like Yankees power bomb. You know, the pop up. I like that. I like that move.
Mm-hmm.
The Avery clothesline gets me every time. That's one of the that move gets me every time too. Oh man. Definitely the BTA
Yes.
thing. Yeah, that one. I can't leave that one out either.
And it's never been done better than Big Time Mike does
Yep,
it.
yep.
I don't care who does it. But...
always a great move. I'd have to say all those I named, though. All those are great moves.
Yeah,
that's a hard question. That was a really good question.
it was. You'd ask another question. I don't know why you'd want to do either one of these, but I'll ask it anyways.
Oh God.
Which would you choose if you had to? Doing a suicide dive and breaking your neck on a trampoline, or breaking your spine on a wrestling ring?
Oh God. Neither one sounds good.
I know.
I mean, I have dislocated my collarbone, but and I broke it too, and then I dislocated it. Actually, at Summer Blast, not the last one, but the last one. Actually dislocated it. But man, what the heck? I wouldn't want to do any of those. If I'd have to say in a ring, I'd have to say it had to be in a ring. So I guess I'd have to go with my spine, but I don't want to mess up my spine.
Right. J Joker says in all capitals, I would say neither and fucking live.
Yeah, if I could say that, I would. Oh, none of those are fun.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'd rather just break a finger than do than those.
There you go. Could always break somebody else.
Oh yeah. I'd feel bad then.
Right. Who's somebody that you would say you would like to get a chance to compete with in the ring in BTW that you haven't gotten much of a chance or any chance to do so yet?
1-on-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-on-1. K9, I haven't got him 1-on-1. Surprisingly enough, I've only faced Aaron once 1-on-1, so I wouldn't mind facing him a little more. Ecstatic. I haven't got much with him. Be surprised, Jamal. I haven't faced him 1-on-1 at all. So,
wow.
That would definitely be interesting. D'Lo, KC, man. Yeah, any of those guys, I haven't worked, with a bunch of those guys. So, any of those guys, I'd be so willing to work again.
Right.
And anybody outside of VTW. So, yeah.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that you still want to work with.
Yes, everybody. Everybody's on my bucket list.
Yeah. Ellie Bates says, I'm so sorry for that question.
It's all good, man. If you ask it, I answer it. So I'm not going to not answer it. So those are that's just some gruesome injuries that I hope never happens to me.
Right? I hope.
And I hope that doesn't happen to nobody else. So
yeah, we don't want it to happen to anybody else. So I want to ask you, do you watch Ecstatic's talk show that he does?
I actually do, and I enjoy it. It's very funny.
It is.
Uh, and if that's what he wants to do, and that's what he wants to do, I mean, that's good on him.
Yeah. My question is, if you've seen this last episode, what did you think of it?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, crap. That's the only one I haven't watched, so I don't know what's happened.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't watched it yet, but he
Just give
went
me the.
back and watched 1993 or something like that match, BYW match. Quite gruesome.
Oh my
So
God, 1993. Jesus, I wasn't even born. God.
it might not have been quite that long ago, but it was still in the 90s when that one was recorded, the match he watched. So
It had to be on VCR.
it was a videotape watch.
Oh man.
And it
Yeah, I'll
was
definitely
sent,
watch it. I'll have to watch it.
the match was sent to him or requested to him by somebody else. So, yeah. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay.
That way.
I'll put that in the video.
Yeah. No, I think he's doing good stuff with that too. It's definitely interesting to see. Okay. Riley Bates says, who would you prefer to lose to if you had the choice? Big Time Mike in the Big Time Ankle Lock, or Cage in an Extreme Rules match, or Fat Man with Yokozuna's Banzai Drop?
Nope, that one's out. Nope. That one's already out. Absolutely not. Man. Cage in an Extreme Rules match or the BTA.
Yep.
Neither or sounds good.
Yep.
I'm definitely not taking a Yokozuna. No. I'll die. I'll die.
Right.
Not happening. Uh, I'd have to say that. Oh man, if I had to lose, I'd have to say the hardcore match.
Nice. Cage in the Extreme Rules match.
Yeah, I'd have to. Probably the only way I'd lose, you have to probably knock me out, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good match to see. You not necessarily have to be an Extreme Rules match, but you and Cage step in there. I think that'd be an awesome match to watch.
Definitely, be up for it.
All right. All right. See what they say in there. Youth Suicide, if you've heard of him, was one of the two in the video that Ecstatic was watching. So Youth Suicide, and I can't remember the other guy's name. I know there were a couple of big names from back in the early BYW days.
I'll just have to
Riley
watch
Bates
it.
says, yeah. Riley Bates says, or you versus the whole BYW, or just the Murder Club. The rest of the Murder Club.
Oh man, you gonna put that on me like that? God. I'm sticking with the Cage one. I can't change. I can't do that. I can't do that.
That would be terrible. Either one of those two going against Murder Club or BYW at all.
Yeah, one on like 100 or something.
More.
I don't know.
Right?
Too many.
Right. Definitely.
But I'm not saying I'd be scared. But I'm just saying I couldn't do that to my family. So.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Let you guys. That's fine, Riley. He says, "I'm sorry. I say these things. They just come to my mind."
Man, ask away, man. I'm being funny. I'm always funny. So just ask away.
On a little bit of a more serious note here, when it's all said and done, when you look back and your career is over at whatever point that happens, hopefully no time soon, for BYW, what do you hope is the lasting memory of D-Lock for everybody?
Oh man. Oh man. Just how far BYW's come. You know, I don't want people to ever forget the name. You know, even if I don't have I don't have all the championships as other people do, but
Right.
I don't want people, forget the name and, what I've done, to help, anybody out, I definitely, I never want that day to come, but I know, it's not, it's going to come either way. So, and if it does, I just don't want nobody to ever forget the name and to always, enjoy it while it lasts.
Right. Dale Blackwell says, I'd like to have a match with the Outlaw D-Lock if he was down.
Am I down? I'm always down. I'm never going to run away. I'm always down. I'm surprised I'm getting all these questions. God. We're doing awesome. Uh-oh, Tony. I can't hear you. Oh, no. Tony! No!
Got me now? There we
Yep.
go. Yeah, my mic does that sometimes. I don't know why.
I was like, what in the world?
All right. So Darkseid asked, pineapple or a duck? Which Jay Joker said, now is it a duck-sized pineapple or a pineapple-sized duck?
No, a pineapple. Wait, what? Am I eating a pineapple or am I eating a duck? I don't know what he's asking.
Sure.
A pineapple or a duck? I'm confused. What are these questions? And they're questions. I'll answer them. A pineapple and a duck. What?
I don't know.
See, if I'm cooking if I'm eating them, I'm cooking the duck. I'm cooking some meat. I don't like pineapple anyways, so I'm eating the duck.
Gotcha.
I don't know. If there's some nasty side behind of it, definitely. I don't mean it. I'm putting my own little twist on it. So if I'm eating it, then I'm cooking up the duck.
Okay. Doug said that's pineapple or duck. That's the damn question.
Okay, I get pineapple or duck. I guess I'm eating the duck.
I know the answer to this, but Riley Bates says, is it true that Cam makes BYW theme songs?
Yes, he makes some. Definitely.
So.
Doesn't make all of them. He doesn't make all of them. Mine is not made.
Uh-huh.
So mine is an original.
So off of that, I'll ask this question. Besides your own, who would you say is your favorite theme song? Has your favorite theme song?
Man, favorite theme song. From anybody? Like anybody?
Anybody in BYW anyway?
Wow. Man. Oh man. I like the Bad Sons theme. I really like.
Nice.
That's one theme I really like. I like Dustin's old theme. I like Tear It Down. That was probably that one's my favorite.
Yeah.
I listen to that one when I work out. You know, that theme song gets you pumped.
Nice.
I like Kanon's theme. You know, because I like rap music. You know, I like that theme song. Mm, yeah, Tear It Down's always a classic. That one, I listen to that one almost anytime I'm listening to music. I listen to that song. I like Buford. I like Buford's song. That song's funny. Um, I actually like Ustalo's song. I like that song. I like Dirty's song. Everett Creed, I like the Disturbed. I love, that's I like
He got a very good
Disturbed.
song. I'm giving that.
Yeah, I'm not very picky. I definitely like all those.
So on the other end of that spectrum, is there anybody that you think needs a new theme song?
Anybody that needs a new one. I think Zach needs to go back to his old theme song.
I think many people would
I
agree with
think
you,
everybody does, but
yeah. Shh.
He wants people to think that. So, I don't really want a lot of people to change their theme songs. Kind of like them all. I wish Dustin would go back to his old theme song.
I think a lot of people would like Garen to go back.
Tear It Down is such a great song.
Agree.
I think Navon needs to change his theme song because I fucking hate it. I wish he. I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't think I'm kidding.
I don't know.
I'm the only person here who wears a cowboy hat. His cowboy hat's made out of straws.
Yeah.
And he wears a robe. Come on now. He ain't a king of nut.
True.
He may be the king of McDonald's. Or king of Burger King.
You get into a match with him, you have to watch out for his guitar, but he'd have to watch out for your toe.
I think he got his crown at Burger King.
Maybe.
So I'll make sure to bring him a Burger King crown for his birthday.
I think you could.
And I'll make sure when I get him a guitar, it'll be a ukulele.
There you go. Riley Bates says, if you could, would you face the Punisher in a duel?
Yes. Yes. I'll face anybody in a duel. Surprisingly, I can actually shoot guns, so totally down.
Okay. He also mentioned hashtag King of the McDonald's.
Yep.
Devon's last name is McDonald.
King of McDonald's. Start trending it. He's the king of McDonald's. Hashtag. Hashtag King of McDonald's.
I don't think he'd appreciate that one too much,
please,
but hey,
please, everyone do it, please. Everyone do it, please. And then say it was for me. So he's the king of McDonald's, and he's not loving. And he's not loving it. So
that's terrible. It's funny, but it's terrible.
Listen, if anyone makes a T-shirt, put King of McDonald's, and then on the back, he's not loving it. So
there you go.
That'd be the perfect T-shirt for him, and I'll make sure.
Hey, Jay Joker, there you go. There's an idea for a new shirt.
I'll buy it for you, and I'll send it to him.
That'd be interesting. Riley Bates says he will tweet that.
Yes.
That'd be definitely nasty to see. Mine will be all over it, I'm sure, too.
Please.
All right.
Because you're either gonna hear from him, shut the fuck up, or one of them is gonna say, shut the fuck up, or
Yep.
or you better come correct.
Yep.
Or he will rape you, so run.
Hey, he doesn't say that no more.
He's not gonna check you, he's gonna rape you.
J Joker says, wait, do not tempt me with shirt ideas. I already now am contemplating one with a toaster.
Oh, you got two of them now.
Yep. That's great. What has been your, well, I think you pretty much answered that. Your favorite rival that you've had would be Dustin, I would imagine, over the last couple of years.
Yeah. That one most definitely. That one always means a lot to me. You know, growing up in OSW, we even had a rivalry, even though not a lot of people know, but we did. It's been going on and on and on and on, and I think it's still going to be the biggest rivalry of my career.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Zach's rivalry that was a big one, just Dustin's rivalry is just it's way different. It's
True.
more of a personal, and
Yeah,
it definitely means a lot to both of us. So I'd have to say that one.
So off of that, what rivalry that you've been a part of would you say you wish you could redo or do over? You weren't satisfied with?
If I had to redo one, I really man, if I had to redo one, even I love me and Cam's rivalry. I wish we could redo it though. Just for a little bit more build. That's it. I wouldn't redo it. I wouldn't redo the whole thing. Just a little bit more build. That's it. And I wish we could just take out me in high voltage. I wish that rivalry. I wish that never existed. I hope it's never brought up again. I'm glad he's dead for good. Yeah. I wish that never existed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's surprising because it's like I haven't been in a lot of rivalries really.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Kind of brings me to another question. I'll get Riley has one too, but I'll get to that in a minute. You mentioned how you were the X Factor champion at one point. It was taken away from you from Joe Cool. What did you think of what we last seen of the X Factor championship?
I won't go into detail. Let's just say I was very disappointed. Let's just say that. That's all I'm saying. I was very disappointed.
That'd make two of us. Do you think it's a title that might possibly return at any point in time, or would you like to see it return?
I mean, if it does, I mean, it's just got to get treated the right way. That's the only thing. It's just got to be treated the right way. Right now, probably not. Because there's so many, good titles right now. But if it did, it definitely needs to be treated with a lot more, meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Than it was. And I definitely, when I wanted to put a lot of meaning behind it, but
mm-hmm.
Joe took it away from me, so.
Yeah. So Riley's question was going back to Navon. what did you think of AK-47 and Navon's matches at King of the Yard and their whole rivalry, I guess you could say, throughout the tournament?
That was wonderful. That whole rivalry, it basically was, brewing the whole tournament, and they kept going and going and going. So,
They did.
I mean, I loved it. It's very interesting. I don't know how they did it. You don't normally see that in a tournament, really, like that.
Not usually.
But they did a very good job of it.
So I know had been talks of it at one point in time, or a couple different times. I think I heard actually. What would you say if there was ever an opportunity to have a women's division in BTW?
Oh man, that'd be so. I would, that'd be wonderful. It's so tough, because you don't see a lot of women doing
Right.
it. But I mean, if it happens, it happens, and that'd be a, an accomplishment and a big accomplishment right there.
Oh yes, I'd have to agree with that. With the women's revolution, you see not only in just wrestling but throughout all sports. I think it'd be something major if it happened in the backyard community anywhere.
Definitely be very different.
That's for sure. All right. See if you guys got any more questions or comments in there.
Yep. I got about 10 minutes, so y'all ask away in 10 minutes. I will speed. I decided to stay an extra 45 minutes for you guys, so because y'all mean a lot to me.
I mean, I appreciate it, as I'm sure everybody that's tuned in has appreciated as well. Oh, never mind. So, as give them a chance to put anything in there. I don't know how much you watch Raw and all that, but what do you think of the upcoming Raw 25 episode they've got coming up this Monday?
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I think it's gonna be very good. Not recently there hasn't been a lot of Raws that have been good, but usually when they bring back superstars and now MVP's coming, so
yeah,
it's definitely gonna be a good one. And
lose Kevin Nash and pick up MVP.
Yeah, I know, but it should be good. I hope so. I hope they don't ruin it, and especially Stone Cold. It's always gonna be good when he's there.
Oh, yeah.
So
he'll raise a lot of hell as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Joker says, "I love you, brother D-Lock."
I love you too, man.
Riley Bates says, "How about just one time you drink Pepsi and say thanks, Riley Bates?" I'm just joking.
If I have Pepsi, I don't have Pepsi. I'm a Coke guy. I don't. Pepsi just tastes weird. Yeah, I'll do it though. I'll do it. I'll drink Pepsi every now and then.
I think you drinking just Pepsi or just Coke, because I don't care for either one. So. I'm a root beer guy, so.
Root beer.
Yep. As long as it's not Barks. That's my go-to drink. All right. Sure, let's go with that. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Just blue.
Blue and green. I would say blue and green, but if I had to pick one, it'd be blue.
But yeah, I just pick a random question out since they didn't have one up yet.
Yeah, blue and green's usually my two favorite, even though I don't wear blue and green. But
yeah. Riley Bates says, in a match, I'll lend you some, damn you, and Dustin, why Coca-Cola? Why?
Because we like Coke. Pepsi tastes it. It doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. It tastes weird. It's like flat. And I'll drink it every now and then. Like if I go to a restaurant and they don't have Coke, I'll drink Pepsi. I'm not gonna say no or get something else. I'll drink Pepsi. If I had a preferred drink, I'm actually Mountain Dew Code Red. That's my drink.
Okay. All right. From the few people that are watching, any last minute questions here? As I know Felix got other things he needs to do too. Refresh that. What are you looking forward to most for this upcoming year in BYW?
A world title shot. That's about it. That's what I'm looking forward to. I hope. Nah, but I'm looking for the channel to keep growing. To keep growing and everyone getting better and better. And hoping that newer companies that we'd never usually work with come down and have a chance to perform here. So
yeah, it's good. Riley says, if you had to choose, would you do a Stone Cold Steve Austin gimmick or a Rock gimmick?
Stone Cold all day. I'd say Stone Cold. If it's close to my gimmick, it's Stone Cold all day. Drink beer,
I can see that.
Drink beer, whip ass, raise hell.
Who wouldn't want to get the chance to beat up their boss?
Yeah.
On a weekly basis.
And spray beer in his face with a fire hose.
Yeah, right? So I would assume the answer to this is no, but any preference on who you'd like to take the World Heavyweight Championship off of?
Nope. None. Anybody. I don't care who it is. Anybody.
Riley says, and say hell yeah while doing a backflip.
That's hard. It's hard to multitask when you're in the middle of a move. It really is.
I believe it.
I'll try.
There you go. I'll try for it. What's your opinion of the tag team scene there in VTW as of right now?
Wonderful. I'm glad we have a tag team division now. It's not, many, but I mean, it's definitely a big start. And it's going to continue to grow. Most definitely. And I'm so proud of what they've done with that. And we've tried, and and it hasn't worked in the past, but now it's working. So
agree.
Let's keep at it. So
yes.
Don't see many BYW feds with the tag division. So definitely.
Well, you're starting to see a little bit more in a couple.
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
Right. Like DBW's always had one, and
yep.
NUW now has one. So. Well, I'll ask it since he asked, but Riley says, who would you like to see on here next? And on his show, SBW Riley Bates Down and Talk, that he's just started.
Like I said, man, anybody that hasn't been on.
Yeah.
If he's, and anybody who hasn't been on his show, I know his show's new, so anybody. I'm down, I'm always down. Yeah, anybody. Anybody that hasn't been on, contact them and see if they'll join. I'm pretty sure these people, the people in BYW, they are more than welcome to talk to people. Most of them that I know. So If there's
Definitely.
one that doesn't and is a jerk, tell me. I'll handle it.
Take him for his word for that one too, because I believe that 100%. All of that. I've talked to so many guys that there's still a lot I want to talk to that I haven't yet, and they're definitely all down to earth, easy to get along with. So haven't run into a jerk really yet. Riley says to send him a message on Twitter and he'll get you on his show, which might be better for him to do to you, send you one, in my opinion, but whichever way. I don't know if you
Either
got him,
or.
but yep. I know some people have told me they want me to get AK-47, who I have talked to and is supposed to be on here at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And one I've recently been told they want to see on here is Jason Walker as well. I don't know how that will work out, but we'll see.
That'll be an interesting one, too.
We'll see. I haven't talked to Jason yet, so, or Charles, whatever you want to call him. But maybe. All right. So I'll give them a chance to. Riley's the only one talking. I don't know if there's anybody else in the chat room or not, but see if he's got anything else to say. I'm going to plug a couple things here real quick. Next show will be this Saturday night. I have 9 o'clock start time because I have a couple things I need to do after I got to work before I can start the show. And I'm going to have on, co-hosted by NWF Adrenaline's main announcer, Mickey Matthews, who also does the Proving Ground main shows, or does their intros and outros. And the guest is going to be from NWF Adrenaline, Tommy Zachary. That's going to be a lot of fun on that show. Riley says, I've run into bullies all of my life. Could you straighten them out for me?
Yep, I do not like bullies. Definitely. I am the bully getter. I get bullies, so I will definitely handle some bullies.
Right. And then for another plug, next week's going to be a very busy week on here. So, so I'll get to that in a minute there, Jason. Next Tuesday, let me confirm things here real quick. Who do I got? Next Tuesday, Striker, who won a recent poll, is going to be on here at 6 p.m., I believe. And then, yes, 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Next week, Thursday night, we'll do another Q&A with a guy who I had originally, I forgot, but I had talked to about coming on here tonight before I did D-Lock. That being the Dark Side, will be on here next Thursday night at 8. Then after that, next Friday night, I'll be doing an NXT TakeOver prediction show. Next Saturday night, I'll be doing a Royal Rumble prediction show. So anybody who wants to be involved with the TakeOver or the Royal Rumble prediction shows, just DM me on Twitter. Jason Atlas is in, says, "What's up, D-Lock? You are the past, present, and future, brother."
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Much love to you, too.
And Riley Bates said, hashtag bully getter for you.
Yes.
And I see what else you said there, Jason. I'm not going to comment about it, but I see it. It was aimed towards me, so it's all good. But yeah, so it's going to be a very busy week next week. And I'll kind of get to one question Riley asked earlier I didn't mention. I don't figure you'll probably know exact date for this, but he asked if you knew when VTW programming would be back.
Very soon. Stay tuned. Very, very, very soon.
All right. We'll look forward to that because that's the main thing I know that you're a part of.
Maybe in about a week. Not long. So stay tuned.
Sounds good to me. And Riley says, would you come to South Dakota and wrestle for the company he's part of, SBW? And sorry about the snow bomb.
If I got the money, most definitely I would. That's a long trip, but I'd be willing to do it.
Nope. So, Jason, we're getting ready to wrap up here soon. If you've got any questions for D-Lock, make sure you get them in the chat section there real quick. All right. Those are my thoughts. Oh, also, everybody knows who I am, my Twitter handle is. On Facebook, I now have a Tiger Talks Wrestling page as well. So, if you guys haven't, like that page on there as well if you find it.
Yep. Tony will put my Twitter in the description. Obviously.
Yep. I obviously got D-Lock's Twitter and stuff in there, so it's all good. Anything else you want to plug before we close out?
Yeah, sure. Tune in to VTW. Vindication will be coming out very soon. Reunion coming out. That's the next big show. So please stay tuned to that. That's going to definitely be a show to watch. Yep, tune in to VTW Wrestling. Any other companies, DBW, NUW, any that I haven't mentioned or I can't think of them on the top of my head, tune into those. Anybody. So yeah.
All right. And Jason says, since this is a Q&A, D-Lock, when will we get to see you in the underground?
Hopefully when the time is right and soon, I hope.
And he followed that with, and are you ready to tear the house down with yours truly, with himself?
Yes. Always.
Disease.
But yeah, most definitely, I thank everyone. I thank everybody for tuning in, who tuned in. Thank everybody for asking questions. I never thought I'd get this many questions, but I thank you guys. And I love each and every one of you guys. Even though I'm a different person on camera, off camera, if you definitely want to talk to me, I'm totally willing to talk. So
Definitely is. I've had him on here 4 times, I think now. Twice for an interview, and he was part of one of him and Dustin came on for a prediction show, and I think he partook in part of the
All-Star review, yeah.
So,
I was there for a little bit, not long, but a little bit. That's all that matters.
That was a long show, though. So
yeah, there was not.
But I appreciate anybody who's seen it, watched it, whether it be just in parts or the whole thing, because I knew it would be a long one in the first place. Riley says, "See you, bro. Hope you win a title."
I hope so too, man. I swear, if I go on Twitter and I see trending D-Lock for world champ, I'm gonna flip my crap.
Well, I mean, Yankee was on here earlier and did.
I know it,
but he did tweet push D-Lock afterwards. So he must have left the chat at some point because he's been awfully quiet if he hasn't. We got another new person in the chat room. I don't know who he is, but it says he has a question. We'll see. Give him a minute or two, see if he passes it. I'm not going to ask it. Never mind. Okay. Yeah.
Is it a question or is it a statement?
So it's inappropriate. really.
Oh God.
I'm too worried about asking.
Mm-mm-mm.
So yeah, with that, like I said, by next time you'll see me on here will be on Saturday night, 9 p.m. Have NWF Adrenaline Tommy Zachary on here, which a lot of people might not know him, but they should get to know him. So I think this is going to be a breakout year for him and for NWF Adrenaline here in Michigan. So make sure you guys tune into that. I'd appreciate it. And I'll let you get your last words or anything you want to say left out there.
Uh, thank you guys. Just stay tuned. Big things coming in 2018. Most definitely. So when I say what I said on Twitter, so it's gonna happen eventually. So
Yes.
just stay tuned and stay tuned to Tiger Talks Wrestling. So if you want to see any new guys that he's got on, just stay tuned and watch. Ask him questions. Don't be afraid. Uh, even if you're in a Q&A and you need a co-host, I'm totally down. So just let me know when. So just have to be the right time and the right day. So, but if anything.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I know I can always set you up for anything. I appreciate that very much. So for that, he is the Outlaw D-Lock. I appreciate you coming on again. Thanks for being here.
Very
We'll do this
welcome.
again. And I am Tony. This has been Tiger Talks Wrestling. We'll catch you guys on Saturday night. Peace.
See you.